What is up? What is up, man? Welcome into the show. Brand new edition of Sentell live on Facebook. A championship Monday edition. Well, college football fans, is here. We've reached the crescendo. We've reached the end. The last college football game of the 2017 season. Tonight, Alabama takes on Georgia to decide your national champion. UGA seeking their first title since some guy, you might have heard of him, some running back named Herschel Walker led them to a title in 1980. Alabama seeking their fifth title in 9 seasons. Just incredible run from Nick Saban and the Crimson Tide. We're about an hour from kickoff, so I'm gonna be here for a few minutes, just dissecting a little bit of this game, previewing a little bit of this Georgia-Bama game. Hopefully you guys comment, call in, give me your thoughts on the game. Poll question of the day was simple. Who do you think is going to win the national title? So for 25 votes, I have 13 for Georgia and 11, 12 for Bama. So almost even with the votes. So most of you think it's a toss-up, Georgia, Bama. But like I said in the opening, it's here. Last game of the season. Can't hold anything back. So Georgia, Bama, an all SEC championship, which I hear people complaining about this matchup so far, and I'm thinking to myself, I have no idea what people are talking about. Clemson and Bama played the last 2 seasons, both Southern schools, so I don't understand this notion or this idea that this is somehow going to get less ratings than those 2 games. The South has dominated college football. I mean, just period, has dominated college football. You go back from 1980 up until now, out of the 37 championships decided, 22 of the teams were Southern-based teams. So this is nothing new. This idea that the national championship is ruined because 2 teams from the same conference, from the South region, is idiotic. Again, out of the last 37 titles since 1980, and I went back to 1980 because that's the last time Georgia won it all. So we have a Georgia theme a little bit here since they're in the game. But 22 of your last 37 national champions have been from the South. So this notion that rating is going to be terrible because it's 2 Southern teams and from the same conference is just a joke. I expect the ratings to be the same as they always are, because it's hardly ever been a national appeal, because outside of Oklahoma, which is, I mean, that's Midwest, Penn State, Notre Dame got national appeal, USC got national appeal, Nebraska, and Ohio State and Michigan. I mean, those are the only other teams that have won titles since 1980, since the 1980 season. And I mean, other than that, it's always been Southern schools. So this idea of Southern schools and 2 SEC teams are going to ruin the title game is just some kind of a joke, because it's always been this way. It's always been about Southern schools in college football. So this won't change anything. So, but more or less, more on to, of course, we're going to talk Bama, Georgia throughout the program. That's what we're here for. But we got other stuff going on. NFL wildcard was over the weekend. Some not so good matchups, but we finished on a strong note. So we had the NFL wildcard. Started on Saturday. First game was with the Titans and the Chiefs. Titans defeat the Chiefs 22-21 behind Marcus Mariota. He played an outstanding game. Derrick Henry, who got the bulk of the carries because DeMarco Murray was out. 23 carries, buck 56. He was tremendous. Titans trailed 21-3 at halftime. But yet this is a stain on Andy Reid's coaching career. He's now 11-13 in the playoffs. A 1-4 with the Chiefs. That's including 3 one-and-done scenarios where they played only one and lost, obviously, the first game of the said playoffs. So I think with that ended, and Alex Smith probably ended his Chiefs career also. But just bad coaching by the Chiefs, I thought. Kareem Hunt, who led the league in rushing, only had 11 carries, 5 in the second half. You're up 21-3. Travis Kelce gets hurt early in that game. He had the number 1 rusher in the league, and he only has 5 carries in the second half. So just brutal way for the Chiefs season to end. But when it comes to Andy Reid, this is starting not to become uncommon for him to lose early in the playoffs. So Titans defeat Chiefs 22-21. So they advance. They take on the Patriots next week. That was your first wild card game from Saturday. Second game on Saturday was Atlanta taking on the Rams. The Falcons defeat the Rams 26-13. Matt Ryan was 21-30 for 218 and a touchdown. But this was about the Falcons' defense. They were outstanding. Even though Jared Goff threw for 259, Todd Gurley went for 14 for 101 with 7 yards of carry. Robert Woods, 9 catches for buck 42, but they managed to hold the number 1 scoring offense in the league to 13 points. A team that averaged about 29 on the regular season. They also held the ball for 37 minutes. So great job by Atlanta. Defending NFC champions. So they go into LA, they beat the Rams, who looked like a team who was a young team who had never been to the playoffs before. So it showed clearly early in the game. You could see that this team had not been to the playoffs before. They just looked like a team that just didn't know how to ramp up the intensity of a playoff game. They were not. They didn't seem ready for what the playoffs were all about. Atlanta was a veteran team who's been to the playoffs, made a Super Bowl run. It kind of showed their experience showed in this game. So Falcons defeated the Rams 26-13. They will go take on the Philadelphia Eagles next week. So Falcons advanced. The other 2 games, Sunday, the first game of the day was Jacksonville and the Buffalo Bills. I really don't have anything nice to say about this game. It set football back about 50 years. Just very, very, definitely not pleasing to the eye. If you watch this Jacksonville Buffalo game, I mean, the final was 10-3 Jacksonville. Blake Bortles threw for 87 yards. Tyrod Taylor threw for a buck 34. I mean, just awful quarterback play. Jags defense, we know, is for real. It can get after you. It can do some good things, but I've been telling you guys all season long the reason why I don't believe in Jacksonville is because of the quarterback. And Sunday was another case of and evidence of that Blake Bortles is not your guy. He can't take you anywhere. 12 or 23 for 87. 87 yards. 87 yards. And he won. So Jags advance. They get the Steelers next week. So a rematch of a regular season game from early in the season where the Jags beat Pittsburgh 30-9. So Pittsburgh will be seeking retribution and some revenge. And that Sunday afternoon game, probably clearly the best game of the weekend, a divisional matchup. Saints and Panthers, they had already played twice. Saints won both regular season games. Saints defeat Panthers 31-26. Drew Brees was absolutely fantastic yesterday with not much of a running game. He goes 23 of 33 for 376, 2 TDs. Michael Thomas, 8 catches for 131 yards. Ted Ginn, 4 for 115 with a big 80-yarder early in the game. I thought Cam Newton played well, 24 40 for 349, 2 TDs. He didn't have much of a running game. Greg Olsen, 8 for 107. CMC, 6 catches for a buck on one, including the big 56-yarder he caught for a touchdown. The difference in the game, early, Carolina settled for field goals in the red zone. Graham Cano converted 4 out of 5 field goals, but he missed the 25-yarder on the first drive of the game. So that was the difference in the game. I mean, it was red zone offense. Carolina gets 4 field goals instead of converting and making touchdowns. So that's the difference in the game to me. Other than Cam Newton not having any receivers, Brees throwing to Michael Thomas and Ted Ginn, and Cam Newton's throwing to Devin Funches, some guy named Clay, some guy named Burson. So that's the difference in the game to me. But a really good game. I think, Saints being at home, I expect them to win that game. They did. So Saints move on. Big game this week, Saints, Minnesota. Huge game. Be interesting to see how that plays out. That was your NFL action from over the weekend. Lines are now open, 864-378-5943. We want to talk about the matchup tonight. You know what time it is. Championship Monday. Bama, UGA, all SEC title matchup. Personally, I hope both can lose, but I don't think that's possible. But if if I had my wish, I wish both of them could lose, but that's not possible. So that's why I stand on that. In other news, NFL related stuff, don't know if you haven't heard. Jon Gruden signed a contract to be the new Raiders head coach for the second time around. Reportedly worth $100 million over 10 seasons. So 10-year, $100 million contract for Jon Gruden, who hasn't coached in 9 seasons. He has a career record of 95-81. He does have a Super Bowl title, but that Buccaneers team was built by Tony Dungy. So kudos to winning a Super Bowl. But after that Super Bowl, 6 seasons, only make the playoffs twice, 3 losing seasons. So I don't know what the rush is to go out and get a Jon Gruden. 9 years away from the game, and struggled before he left, but somehow he managed to get a 10-year, $100 million contract. More power to him and his agent for pulling that off. So Jon Gruden back to the Raiders, 10 years, $100 million. I don't know why, but hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. Before I get back into that, let me switch complete gears here and go to college basketball. Just want to give you the top 10 because we'll be talking college basketball and NBA. from here on out after the night because hey, that's what'll be going on in the NFL as well. But college basketball, top 10 right now. Number 1 team in the country is Villanova. Number 2 is West Virginia. Number 3 is Virginia. Number 4 is Michigan State, who lost yesterday. They were the number 1 team going into yesterday's game. They get beat by Ohio State. Purdue is number 5. 6 is Wichita State. Duke is at 7, who lost to NC State on Saturday. Their second loss of the season. At 8 is Texas Tech. At number 9 is Oklahoma. Trae Young. He's a really good-looking freshman. You might want to check him out. Averaging about 28 points a game right now. So check him out more once college football season ends. And number 10 is Xavier. And the defending national champs, Tar Heels, are ranked 20th. They have 4 losses on the season. So that's college basketball. We'll get more into that, after the night. We'll switch gears, get to the NBA, more college basketball, the NFL playoffs, and more of that good stuff. And before I get into yeah, I mean, but that's right now. You still got about 45 minutes to kick. I expect the stadium to fill up a little bit better than that. Yeah, that's why. When you pay $2,000, you come to the stadium late. You don't get there. When you pay $2,000 for a ticket, you don't get there early. You don't get there. You get there right at kickoff. That's the hold up, the $2,000 tickets. I mean, unbelievable. But you figure it would be Georgia's in the game, and Alabama's in the game. So, yeah. Now when you pay $2,000, you tell you something. Your seat gonna be there when you get there. You get there fashionably late when you pay $2,000 for a seat. Okay, you ain't worried about getting your. I'm not worried about no man taking my seat. I paid $2,000 for it. He don't even want no problems. So, but you're right. I haven't saw it yet. I haven't looked. So, but you still got 45 minutes to kick off. Usually half hour to kick off. Now you hit me back at about 7:45. If it's still empty at 7:45, then we might have a problem. Might have a problem. Yeah, that's big time. Yeah, that ticket was gonna be tough to get, man. I mean, it's Georgia. I mean, it's Bama. I think the same way would have happened. Once you put Georgia in it, I mean, all bets were off. But I mean, that's right up the street. So it was gonna be a huge deal. Ticket prices was gonna be astronomical. I think even last Monday, I think after the games ended, the playoffs game, the first ticket price that I saw was like $500. Like that was like the first day. That was like the day after the games ended. It was $500 tickets. So, hey man, you got to pay to be the boss. Pay to be the boss. I ain't paying. I can't do it. Now, that's my team, but nah. Before we get on and dive in more into the Bama UGA matchup itself, and before I get my predictions on the game, I want to talk about UCF a little bit. If you've been keeping up with this UCF story, UCF, who's from the AAC conference, they went undefeated this season. They beat Auburn in the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl. And ever since that moment, the UCF fan base and administration, players have just gone on this, I don't know what you would call it. They just have gone overboard, proclaiming themselves national champions, which is fine. You want to proclaim yourself national champion, that's okay. But now they've had a parade. They going to hang a banner. So it just got crazy. They paid the coaches championship bonuses. I mean, just ridiculous. And the day the governor of Florida declared them the national champs, I think it's just too damn much. It's just over the top. It's just entirely way too much. Just way too much. I have no problem with them saying, hey, we deserve a chance to be in the game. You make your claim. You say, man, we could be anybody. We could be anybody in the country. Hey, you want to say all these things? I'm okay with it. I am fine with all of that. But don't parades, hanging banners. I mean, it's just all too much. It's just all too much. It's over the top, UCF. I mean, I love you guys. Hey, you had a great season, but hey, stop, please stop. Just stop. You know, you proclaim yourself not a champ. That's one thing, but to hang banners and have parades, pay your coaches bonuses, championship bonuses. Now you got the damn governor of Florida proclaiming you the national champ. It's just all too damn much, okay? That's just all too damn much. Just stop it. Let it go. Just stop it. You know what conference you play in. Fair or unfair. No one would look at your schedule at the beginning of the season and say, even if you go undefeated, you're probably not going to get in the game. That's just the way it works. I mean, that's just how it goes. You know how you fix that? Schedule out-of-conference games. And see, they missed the out-of-conference game because of the hurricane, so they didn't get to play Georgia Tech. So, you know, sucks. But when your best wins are South Florida and Memphis, I mean, I can't feel sympathy for you at all. I can't, I can't feel sympathy for you. But that's a great win against Auburn. Again, make your case to say you can beat anybody in the country. Make your case to say we deserve to be in the game. We deserve to be here and do all this and that. I get it. I understand it. But to go around proclaiming yourself as national champ, having a parade is just ridiculous. It's over the top. It's way too damn much. But congratulations to you being the fictitious 2017 national champs, UCF. Now, on to the game. Bama, Georgia. We know it. Both these teams represent great defenses. Bama defeated Clemson to get here. They beat them 24-6 in the Sugar Bowl, dominated the game defensively. Georgia, meanwhile, beat Oklahoma in a shootout, 54-48. But second half of that game, their defense really dominated Oklahoma's offense. So both these teams are run first, defensive type football teams. Bama's fourth in total D, first in scoring D, about 12 points a game. They're first against the run, 91 yards. They're fifth against the pass. Georgia is fifth in total D. They're fourth in scoring D. They're 22nd against the run. They're second against the pass. So just both really solid, good defensive teams. This game gonna come down to the quarterback position, which it normally does. I hate Alabama's quarterback. I don't hate him personally. The kid can't play. He sucks. Jalen Hurts is terrible. He sucks. Jalen Hurts in his last 3 postseason games, this goes all the way back to Washington, the Washington semifinal game last year. His last 3 postseason games, 7 of 14 for 57 yards, 13 of 31 for $131, 41% completion percentage. And then his last game, 16 of 24 for 120 yards. That's a grand total of 308 yards passing. That's 100 yards passing a game in 3 games. And 2 of the games they won. That shows you just how good Alabama defense is, that they can overcome such horrific, such terrible quarterback play. Jalen Hurts just stinks. There's no way around it. They had the 89th ranked passing offense in the country. And he's why. He's just not good. He's not improving. He's just not good. He's just not. Conversely, Georgia, they have a true freshman quarterback starting. They finished the season. Georgia finished the season 106th in the passing offense. So, these two teams are not built to throw the football. But what I will say that I like about Jake Fromm that I don't like about Hurts is I've seen improvements in Jake Fromm since the Auburn loss. He's the next game out. He was 9 of 14, 1 of 23. Not big passing yards. 12 of 16, 224, 2 TDs. 16 of 22, 2 TDs. And then last game he's 20 of 29, 210 yards, 2 TDs. Not big numbers, but what I like is I've seen improvements. I've seen him. They ask more, he can give them a little bit more. I don't know what you can give Jalen Hurts. I just don't know. I watched the Clemson game again, and I just see him missing so many throws, so many reads. It's just incomprehensible to me that Alabama could have a quarterback that awful. I know that I can't say his name. The backup, his name is Tua Tagovailoa or something like that. Anyways, from like Hawaii or somewhere. He's got to be better than this guy. He has to be better than Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts. He has to be better than Jalen Hurts. He threw the touchdown pass against Clemson to Ridley last week. Ridley would be the best receiver on the field. He is a heck of a football player. He'll be playing on Sundays. He threw a touchdown pass on a broken play. But at the beginning of the play, Kevin Ridley was wide open for a post route. He never even looked at him. He never even looked at the post. The man was wide open. Then he scrambled out to the right. Luckily for him, Kevin Ridley kept running, and he found him for a little pad that was on a broken play. But it just shocks me how bad Alabama's quarterback is. I just can't see how. If they had a decent quarterback, this team would probably be unbeatable. Because defensively, they just don't give you anything. They just don't give you anything defensively. Now this would be different because it's a short week. They don't have all them days to prepare, so it will help Georgia in that aspect that they don't get. Usually in these championship settings, you get 9, 10, maybe 2 weeks. But the way it played out with New Year's Day falling on a Monday, you get the short, quick turnaround. So they don't have as much preparation that they would normally have. But again, this game, because Bama's going to stop the run. I do believe that Bama can run the ball a little bit against Georgia. But at the end of the day, this is about the quarterbacks. I'm going to be honest. I dislike Jalen Hurts so much. I really do. He's just bad. He's just awful. Jake Fromm's a true freshman. He don't wire you with the big numbers. I think he's more competent than Jalen Hurts. So with that, though, gotta make a prediction, gotta pick, look, like I said earlier, I wish both teams could lose and I would be happy. I would wake up tomorrow happy as hell knowing that both teams lost, if that's possible. But it's not possible. So I gotta pick one of these guys. Everybody knows I hate Georgia. And I hate Bama almost just as much as I hate Georgia. The 89th passing offense against the 106th ranked passing offense. But I do think Fromm has improved throughout the season. I think he's a better quarterback. But on this stage, with a freshman quarterback against that defense, against Nick Saban, because I think Bama will be able to run it just a little bit more than Georgia. I've seen some teams run the ball against Georgia have a little success running the ball against Georgia. Even in Bama's loss to Auburn, they only rushed for 168. I say only because you think it's a big number. 168, which is a lot for Bama to give up. 168. So you don't expect Georgia to go out they would have to get 200 yards rushing for them to win this game. That's just how I view it. I think Georgia would have to rush for 200 as a team to beat Bama, and I just can't see them get into 200. So with that, reluctantly, I guess I'm going. My head says Georgia because I think they are a completer team. I like the quarterback that much, but it's a true freshman, and Georgia won't be able to run the ball, so I can't go with the true freshman. So and let me make this clear. I'm not rooting for Bama. I'm rooting against Georgia. So let that be known, okay? My head says Georgia, but my heart says Bama. So I'm going to pick with my heart today. I'm going to go with Bama in a real close, low-scoring football game. I don't think it'll be 14-10 or 17-14. I think it'll be 27-20. I'm going to be friendly. I'm going to go 27-17. I'll go 27. I'll go 27-17 Bama because I'm hoping that it gets up a little bit more. I hope it gets a little bit more scoring, but it wouldn't shock me if it's 2017 Bama. But because Jalen Hurts, he just stinks. He's terrible. He stinks. I think Pro is better, but if he could move, if he's a dual threat, I would like his chances more. But what are you gonna do, man? I got Bama. What do you say? Like I say, I did the poll question earlier. 25 votes. It was 13-12 Georgia Bama, and I mean that's what people think of this game. It's a toss-up. Two really good defensive teams. I think Bama's a better defensive team. They will be out without Anthony Jennings, who got hurt in the Clemson game, so another injury for them on defense. But I just like Saban in these big matchups. He's also 11-0 against his assistants, even though I think that number is overblown because the team that he played against, his pupils against, those teams stunk. This is the best team and coach that he would have coached against. So, and I think Kirby Smart will have these guys ready. I saw the Oklahoma game second half after the adjustment they made against them. I do believe more in Kirby Smart as a coach, so I think he'll have an idea. But Saban right there on the doorstep. They trying to prove to the world that they belong in this thing. I still don't think they should have got in, but hey, when you get afforded opportunities, take advantage of said opportunity. That's what they did against Clemson. Ohio State had that opportunity last year. They failed miserably. So it could have been easy for Clemson to go in there and beat Alabama. And he could have said, well, then we could have been making the case, well, they should have never been in. But hey, they beat Clemson, so now we got to say, hell, well, hey, they went and did the thing. So I got Bama. I got 27 points. I'll stick with 27 points. I'll still go 27-17. What Georgia cannot do, for Georgia to win this game, what they cannot do is what Clemson did. It was turn the ball over because Bama did nothing offensively to Clemson. I think they had 200 yards of offense. But Clemson had two devastating picks. One went for 6. The other one basically led to another 6. So Georgia cannot turn the football over. They cannot turn. If they don't turn the football over, they'll be right in this game because, like I said, Alabama is not dynamic enough to just keep driving the ball down the field on Georgia. They can't. They won't be able to do that. They don't have the quarterback to do that. But if you give them short fields, you turn the ball over, then you're killing yourself. So Georgia can't turn the ball over because that's what Clemson did. They turned it over, 2 huge turnovers that really they ended the game because you knew Clemson couldn't drive it continuously against that Alabama defense. But if Georgia cannot turn it over, which Jake Fromm has been sensational lately of not turning the football over, they got a good shot. So, but I still take Bama in a real close game. Again, I'm not rooting for Bama. I am rooting against Georgia. So there you go. I hope both teams could lose, but it's not possible. All my Georgia fans out there, I want to go ahead and wish you good luck. Hey man, Matt Fields, Michael Shane Purdy, Kyle Crawford, Mike Bowman, Ryan Bowman, all you Georgia fans out there, hey, congratulations up front. I mean, good luck up front. I am not a bad sport because if you win, I'll come right back here tomorrow and congratulate you and whatever. That's how I do. I don't hold grudges. Now, I want you to lose. Make no mistake about that. I want you to lose. That's the last thing I need after the season I done had in college football is watching my rival win a championship. So, trust me, I want you to lose, but if you win, I'll be right here tomorrow to say congratulations. You deserve it. So all of that good stuff. So a few more minutes. Anybody else want to dive in on this conversation? 378-5943, 378-5943. You can get in on this Bama Georgia conversation or NFL wild card, college basketball, NBA, wherever you want to go. Golf, Tiger Woods is confirmed that he's going to play on the 25th of January. I'm excited. He looked good last month in the little Hero World Championship. So positive sign, and this come from me after I said he should have retired during the summer, and I was in my feelings, so it was good to see that. But if you want to get in on this conversation, 378-5943, 378-5943. You know what we're talking about. It's Championship Monday, Bama, Georgia, all SEC title game. I start the program by saying all of this negativity toward this championship game is just overblown because the two teams are from the same. It's really overblown because Alabama is in this championship game. If it wasn't for if Alabama wasn't in this game, people would not have a problem. People have a problem with this game because Alabama's in the game because most people feel like Bama shouldn't have got in the game. That's the only issue. This being a lowest rated championship game because of both teams from the conference and from the South, that's just stupidity because like I told you earlier, the South has dominated college football throughout the history. Since 1980, 22 of the 37 champions are from the South region. So that has nothing to do. It has nothing to do with it. It's about Bama being in. People mad. Most people are upset that Bama's in because they feel like they shouldn't have got in. And I'm one of that. And I'm in that group. And I'm one of the people who's in that group that Bama shouldn't have got in. I don't believe they should have got in. But they went out on the field and they beat the number one team in the country. And I think most people, 99% of the people out there, thought Clemson was the number one team in the country. They went out there, beat them down, held them to 181 yards total offense on a neutral field. So at the end of the day, they got the job done. So you can hate, do what you want, but you know how to go do that. So if you're mad about this all SEC matchup, blame Clemson, blame Oklahoma. I mean, that's who you blame. You blame Oklahoma and you blame Clemson. If they take care of their business, we wouldn't have an all SEC matchup. So blame Clemson, blame Oklahoma. And at the same time, congratulate Georgia, congratulate Alabama for going out there and getting the job done. So everybody had the same opportunity. Bama had 6 more days of rest than Clemson did. Woohoo! But whatever. I also talked about Jon Gruden, 10 years, $100 million contract to be the new head coach of the Raiders. So that's a few things we talked about. NFL wild card, like I said, only one good game all weekend. The Panthers and Saints was a really good game. All the other games were kind of horrible. 12-team playoff wild card round, bye weeks. Shorten the season by 2 games. I'm not, look, and this may surprise people, but people who know me know I'm not about expanding the playoffs. I'll listen to 6. That's as far as I'll go. I like 4. I'm more for exclusion than inclusion in college football. I think I don't want my playoffs to look the same as everything else. You know, we don't decide college basketball the same way we decide the NBA finals. So why should we decide college football the way we decide NFL? Everybody knows the rules going in. You want to avoid all of that, win all your games. Because when you don't win all your games, you leave your fate in someone else's hands. Now, I think long way down the road, it probably will change. And I'm gonna like it, and I'll like whatever it comes. But I like the urgency that each week brings in college football. I like the urgency. Because you know you have to be good every week. You know you have to go out there and get it done every week because a loss could put you out. 2 losses damn near crippling. Yeah, they did, but at the same time they beat Memphis and South Florida. I mean, they beat Memphis and South Florida. Do you think UCF is undefeated with Clemson's schedule? Do you think UCF is undefeated with Oklahoma's schedule? Do you think they are undefeated with Georgia's schedule? Like I say, I'll listen to 6. You get them 5. Yeah, see, that's what. See, me and you on the same page. I'll listen to 6 because you got the 5 conference title, and then you give me one. You give me one in large. I'll listen to 6. Top 2 teams get a bye. I'll listen to 6. Anything out of that, I don't want. I don't want my playoffs watered down. I don't need all these teams claiming we gotta be because we no. You know what you gotta do when the season starts. Go win them all. And if you don't win them all, you are susceptible to having somebody else decide your fate. Yeah, I agree. But I ain't gonna punish Alabama because Florida State fell off, because what Alabama did, they tried to schedule up. They went out and scheduled up. Florida State was the number 3 team in the country when they played them. And guess what? Florida State had the second most wins in college football heading into the season. They scheduled them. They went out and seeked them out and scheduled them because they can't control their conference schedule. But what Alabama did, they AD picked the phone up and said, we want to play the best. They went and called Florida State. And nobody in here going to sit here and tell me, we know now Florida had a terrible season. I mean, partly because their quarterback got hurt, and maybe they were overrated. But when that game was signed, there was so much excitement about that game. Going into that game, there was excitement. And nobody didn't think for the first half of that game, those were not 2 of the best teams in the country. Then nobody not believe that in the first half of that game. They can't control their conference. You can't control your conference schedule. You can't. I mean, but they went out and got one of the biggest dogs in the yard on the non-conference schedule. You can't control your conference schedule. The thing about it is, I'm with you. I didn't think Bama was. It wasn't because of the schedule. I didn't think Bama was that good this year. They had lost so many players in the draft. So many players throughout the year, so I thought they just gonna take a natural step back. And then Jalen Hurts still stinks. But they AD got on the phone and called up Florida State, who was a big dog. They called them up and tried to schedule them. Not when they were down, they were up. They've been recruiting on the same level as Bama has been. I think they play Fresno State. Somebody of that nature. But you always gonna have 1 or 2. But the fact that you call Florida State when we got other schools out here playing 3 cupcakes in their non-conference, when you pick up the phone and you call in all these mid-major type programs that fill out your schedule, yeah, I have no sympathy for that. But at the same time, you go out there and you watch Bama play. Yeah, they scheduled you when you was big dogging. They didn't schedule you when you suck. Everybody got that season. Hey, I was here. I did a preseason show. I was here in August. I know what the buzz was like for that Florida State Alabama game. It was built as the biggest game, first game of the season ever. So people want to act like that didn't happen. So because Florida State fell off, we're gonna blame Bama because Florida State fell off. They picked up the phone. They called their AD and tried to schedule up. They didn't schedule Utah State. They didn't go out and schedule Montana State, Wyoming. They didn't do that. They picked up the phone and called Florida State. The year before that, they called USC. They called Wisconsin. They call all these schools every year to schedule these games. I'm with you. I'm not knocking you. I agree that I don't think Bama should have got in based on that. No, I'm playing devil's advocate right now. I agree with you. I thought Ohio State should have got in. But I could also see the committee saying you lost by 31 points to a bad Iowa team, which is inexcusable. And that was coming after they beat Penn State, so which made it even more egregious. So I can see the only argument was Ohio State and Bama getting in. Which one you gonna get in? Human nature plays a part. Ohio State got in the playoff last year and got beat 31-0. Bama had been in all 3 years. Every game they've been in, they either won the game or the game they did lose were close. So that's just human nature. They went, who's going to give Clemson a better game, Alabama or Ohio State, based on what we know. And that's what they did. You know, right, wrong, or indifferent. But I agree with you. I thought Ohio State should have got in. Yeah, I'm praying. I'm praying. Yeah, I mean, we can sit here and make that argument about Ohio State and Bama all day long, and you know, I don't think there was no right or wrong. I don't no right or wrong answer. I do believe that Clemson would have beat Ohio State. That's me personally. I think Clemson would have beat Ohio State. That's just me personally. And I think on neutral field, Alabama will beat Ohio State. That's me personally. That shouldn't have affected that, but I'm telling you, that played a part in it. You get people in the room with human nature, just the eye test. I think that Ohio State which they could have blown out Wisconsin. If they had a blowout Wisconsin, I think Ohio State might have got in. But because they allowed Wisconsin to hang around and keep the game close, it just made people think that they weren't that good. And then, you know, JT Barrett. Mr. Captain hold me back, because that's what he did Ohio State. He held them back. If they had a competent quarterback the last 3 years, Ohio State might have won 2 or 3 national championships, because they've been that good and that talented, right along with Bama. I mean, you're talking about they got guys now. They about like Bama, getting players drafted in the draft, and they're going to have dudes this year. They got some guys. They got some guys. Yeah. So I mean, you could have went either way. I'm okay. I'm fine. I've been more upset if Clemson would have blew out Bama. And see, that's the thing about it. Clemson might have beat Bama, but we knew that we were going to blow them out. And I think the committee didn't want to see another 31-0 game. You look, last 2 years, the Big Ten been in the playoffs. Ohio State 31-0. Michigan State got thumped 30-something nothing. I don't think they scored either. So they looking like the last time we put Big Ten teams in the playoffs, they've got embarrassed. We don't want to put this product out here. So I see how that came along. But hey, let's not worry about what coulda, shoulda, woulda. We here now. It's Championship Monday. It's Georgia, Bama. It's an all SEC title game. They beat the 2 teams that was in front of them. They beat them. We can moan, we can bitch, we can complain all day long. But at the end of the day, they went out there, they did their thing, they beat the team on a neutral field, and hey, they earned their spot. Hey, their spot is right here. They earned it. So hey, nothing you can do about it. So if you want to get in the conversation, we're talking about. It's Championship Monday. Hey, you know what we're talking about. Georgia, Bama. Hey, your thoughts on Georgia, Bama? You want to call in 378-5943, 378-5943, and get your thoughts on the game tonight. I already made my prediction. I had to pick. I had to pick one of these guys. Didn't want to pick either, but I had to pick one. So I went Bama. Georgia got a freshman quarterback. Well, it's going to be a tall task to ask a freshman quarterback to beat Bama, but I got Bama, somewhat close game, I guess. I say 27-17. That's not really I guess I should drop it down then, 24-17. But 24-17, somewhere along that line. It could be 2013 here, because both of these offenses, pass offenses, struggle. But I do like Jake Fromm, but can't move. If he was mobile, if he was a dual threat, I would definitely be leaning more toward Georgia. I think my head says Georgia. I think Georgia is the more complete team with the better quarterback, but I just can't. That's like Vegas. They won't bet against Bama. Man, they were favored against Clemson. They favored tonight. Should the college football championship be moved to Saturday? That's an interesting thing, Chuck. I'm so used. I grew up with it on Monday. I mean, I guess you could change it to a Saturday. Super Bowl on Sunday, and that's a Sunday. So I can see I can see that. I mean, move it to a Saturday because they could have played the national championship game Monday, then not this Saturday, but the following Saturday played the national championship. I can see that. I know that the moving forward that the playoff games are going to be played on a Friday or a Saturday. The semifinal game will be like Friday or Saturday. So that'll get you another extra day before that following Monday. I like Mondays, though. I like the championship Monday. Is it college basketball the same way? I guess that's their thing. So, but if it's on Saturday, I guess it would be okay. I guess Monday sucks. People got to work tomorrow. I'm off, so I ain't got that problem. But I understand your pain. Yeah, it's just the worst two. I see. I don't think Jake Fromm is worse. I just think he's a freshman and he's not there yet. I think him in year two compared to Jalen Hurts in year two would be significantly better. Jalen Hurts just stinks. He would never play quarterback in the NFL. Never. He might well get a championship now. I just think Jake Fromm just young. I mean, but he's improving throughout the season. He's improving throughout the season though. But yeah, just on the surface, you think this might be two worst quarterbacks. That's hard to say. Jalen Hurts makes it so he just drags it so bad. It may be, but I like Jake from now moving forward. I think the kid has a lot of talent. But God, you're right. Oh, these two quarterbacks. But it more so because of Bama defense, not because of Jake Fromm. Oh no, I don't know. I don't think Fromm's trash. No, I'm not. I'm not on that boat with you. Absolutely not. I'm not on that boat. I think that kid is smart. He's big. He's tough. He's gonna be a baller. He's gonna be really good. I like Fromm a lot. I think he better Jalen Hurts right now. If Fromm was on Alabama team going against Georgia defense, I think he would have a whole lot more success than then Jalen Hurts gonna have tonight against Georgia defense. I think Fromm would actually light Georgia defense up if he was playing Alabama and Calvin Ridley. I think he would light up Georgia defense. Jalen Hurts ain't capable of light up anybody. And of course, I didn't trash him enough. He'll go ahead and have a good game, but I gave you the numbers. His last three playoff games. I mean, his last three postseason games. His last three postseason games. 7 of 14 for 57 yards, 13 of 31 for a buck 31, and 16 of 24 for 120 yards. 300 yards in 3 games. 300 yards in 3 games. 300 yards in 3 games. I mean, how can you be that bad? And he won 2 of them. And he won 2 of them. How can you be this bad and he won 2 of them? That's just oh man, we almost get time to kick. So I know Georgia fans are getting super uber nervous right now. Chuck, you didn't let me know what the seats look like now because we about here now. So I want to get out of here. I didn't know I was up against it. I will come back tomorrow probably to give some congratulatory speeches to somebody. Don't know who it's gonna be. I got Bama. I said 27-17. I'm a little closer than that. 24-20. 24-20. 24-17. 24-20. I got Bama. We'll discuss that tomorrow. We'll discuss what we saw. Reaction Tuesday tomorrow. 5 minutes from kickoff. Georgia fans are nervous. Let me go ahead and I told you, let me go ahead and wish them guys good luck right now. Good luck to all Georgia fans. I hate you still. I want you to lose. I want you to know that. But I got Bama. Tune in tomorrow for Reaction Tuesday, Sentell. I have been your host, You know who I am, the sensational Sentell Wideman. About to go in here, check out Georgia, Bama. It's national championship game, all SEC matchup. College football season. It's about to be a wrap. I know you guys are sad, but see you tomorrow. People, I am out.